I think things like procrastination, doing homework, stop doing it as a group, do it, on your own, pay more attention. It's just basically everyday things, which I actually felt that she needed to improve on. She's quite resistant, unfortunately, to listening to advice from people she's very familiar with. So she tends to take instruction better from teachers, an elder sister, things like that. So although I can tell her the same things as Victoria, it somehow is better accepted coming from Victoria. I mean, of course, she has tuition. She has tons of tuition. That's not the thing. I'm worried about character development as well, because your character is something that you carry into the future with you. My name is Jason. I'm Miao Han's father. I have my own company. We actually sell coffee machines. It's slightly different from your normal coffee machine in that it's specially designed for local coffee, Ontario coffee. So it's something of our own design, and we own a patent on it as well.
My name is Miao Han, and I am P5 this year, turning P6 next year. My CCA is choir, and we've performed SYF in SOTA before.
Education, let's be honest, you get the basics, and then after that, nowadays, you can just look it up. The sum total of human knowledge doubles every 10 years. So since I've been born as something like maybe 16 times, I can never get all that into my head. So now there's wonderful ways to reference knowledge. You just need the basics, and you need to know that you have things that you don't know. And that's the most important thing to me. Obviously, if I felt that tuition alone was enough, I'd never come to you. I think if you have more social skills, that will actually take you further than grades alone. And I think that's been proven quite a few times. And I think, in fact, a lot of HR people are actually mentioning that now. I mean, education only gets you so far. In the US now, they say there's so many grads. What's a graduate nowadays? Not a big deal. But if you've got maybe the character, if you're hardworking, if you know how to work as a team, you know how to motivate people, that's more important. I think probably as an employer, you see all sorts of employees, all sorts of people, and you realize that, some of them are book smarts, but they can't work well with other people. Nowadays, I find that a lot of people expect to be spoon-fed, which really irritates me. So that's why I would prefer that she's able to, look up things for herself, be more independent. I looked at your advertisements, and the program was what I was looking for, basically. I was looking for mentorship rather than tuition, which you provide. So yeah, basically that's what attracted me. That's exactly what I was looking for, someone to maybe take my message, the same messages, but put it in a way that would resonate with her. Tuition is more knowledge, it's more education. Mentorship is more character development, which is what I was looking for. I, of course, worry as a father. Sometimes, like I said, the homework, doing this, doing that. It's not right, but somehow when it comes from me, it doesn't sit well, and it frustrates her and it gets her angry.
When I first heard about your program, my impression was kind of like, oh no, is this going to add on to my other tuitions? Is she going to be mean and angry and always demand stuff? She's actually really nice and doesn't scold at all. It was a habit to call with my friend at night and always do homework with her. So my schedule kind of revolved around her. My gradual change for me would be, I see that I follow the schedule that mentor Victoria and I made up together. And I'm following it more consistently, and I have more time to do things for myself. She has taught me many ways to remember things and to keep it in my short-term memory and what to keep in my long-term memory. She also taught me other ways like flashcards that I can learn to help improve my science or something. After school, I would probably come home and eat lunch or something, then start on my homework immediately, so that at night I can play with her normally, and then I wouldn't have to be so worried about, oh no, what am I gonna do? It's so late at night and I haven't completed my homework yet. I can be really free at night and sleep whatever time I want. If I want to sleep earlier, I can sleep earlier. In a typical week, when I have my 1 hour session with mentor Victoria, she would most likely start off the session by asking how I am and whether I was doing okay, what I did before I had her. Then we would start on the session topics and stuff. But she will also try to make it fun by relating it to some of the things that other children like and what I like. And instead of doing master booklet all the time, which is sometimes really boring, she also introduced to me forums where I could stop using my phone and concentrate on work better. I feel like she was an elder sister figure towards me because she will always nag at me but also ask about my day and try to talk to me and relate to me more. On the 30-minute check-in sessions, she will also again ask how I am and whether I did the assignment she gave me. And after we're done with the Kahoot, then we could just talk as girls together. She talks more about how I should improve, while I talk more about Roblox.
My interaction with Mentor Victoria is mostly towards the end of every lesson. At the end of every lesson, she will actually summarize what she and Miao Han have been talking about. So that's very useful because that tells me what I need to reinforce as well. I found that the most useful. I think I have seen those changes. It's not perfect, it's not all the time, but there's improvement. So I'm just happy for that. I don't expect her to change overnight. It's progressive, it's a 1-year program, so she's only in the first quarter of it. So I don't really expect to see overnight changes, but I see small changes, which is encouraging too. Like she said, the homework, and she's listening a bit more sometimes when I say things, and she's still a child, so sometimes it's just repeating again and again, can you please do this? Can you please do this? It's like, can you please shut the door when the aircon's on? It's getting better. I don't think she's currently super prepared yet, but I can see that she's getting somewhere as opposed to carrying on the way she was. I think there should be good progress. To be successful, you cannot procrastinate. A lot of people would just say, I want to get this done. Okay, but I'll do it tomorrow. It's never been the way I've lived my life. So I think that's the way life should be. If you really want to succeed, you've got to say, I think this needs to be done, let's do it.
I was hoping to learn about how I should study better for my exams or memorize stuff better. Other topics I would like to learn from Mentor Victoria would probably be note-taking during class. I would usually just write down all the notes that teacher says and it would be really messy. So I actually have 5 notebooks that have random scribbles on it. I would also like her to talk more about law because I want to see how it is for her as a law student trying to become a lawyer and what it would probably it will also be for me also in the future if I ever try to study law. I am quite confident about next year, but maybe I would like to study harder and play less on game.
For families who are sitting on the fence with the FPE program, I think what they have to think about is what do they want for their child? If they're okay with someone who just wants to earn a salary working for someone, then character is not that important. But if you want them to become leaders or you want them to be entrepreneurial, then I think it's important to develop character as well, because you can have many smart people, but they'll never be able to run their own business, or they run the business into the ground because they don't know how to interact with other people. So that's why I feel that character is important as well. It's not just meritocracy, but also EQ, basically. The type of child who will benefit the most, I guess, are maybe a single child, like mine, and also those who need some technique, some knowledge on how to study for something. So I think this helps. It's a 1-year program, so it's actually, if you can see gradual change for the better, that's exactly what you're looking for, because then it's something that's reinforced.
I recommend the kids to try out because you would probably need it for your life ahead, as this might impact your life. Maybe if you don't take it, you could never be a leader, because a leader needs a ton of characteristics that most people don't have.